everyone. It is Self-Care Sunday. How are you tonight? How are you on this Self-Care Sunday, Memorial Weekend edition? How is your day going? What are you grateful for this Self-Care Sunday? That's what we want to know about. We want to know how you are doing. What's happening in your world on this rainy day in the Northeast, anyways. It is a rainy, yucky day, but it has driven the customers inside, and that's okay. We'll take that. And the customers that didn't came in shopped online, so we'll take that too. But tell me about your day and what you are grateful for this Sunday. I am grateful to have you here tonight on this 30th of May already, the 30th of May. Can't believe that it's already the 30th of May. We're practically in June. And it's been another cold day today. I'm not sure it hit 50 today with how cold it's been. But it is a nice, it was nice to see people in the stores, though. That I will give it as we get closer and closer to closing out More Money May. More Money May is where we're at, and that is what we're doing. But tell me about your day and what made your Sunday great. Did you have today off? Did you take some time for self-care today? That is what the day is all about, is you taking time for you. Something that I certainly did today, which was nice. We had overall a light lifting day. I did a little bit of work over there. Not a lot, but a little bit of work over there. So didn't go crazy at the desk today, which was nice. Little bit of desk time, but not too many. But how was your day? That's what the world wants to know. We're broadcasting tonight on both YouTube and Facebook. So if you have any problems with Facebook, you can hop right down over to YouTube. Cassandra's got the link right there in the show comments. So we are there on both tonight on this Sunday. What did I do with my glasses here tonight? Let's get started tonight. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Couch Sunday. All right, Lindsay, that's good. That's a good place for Self-Care Sunday. That is a good place for Self-Care Sunday to be on the couch. Getting started in the book, we're on page 158. Good morning, you. Yes, you. You right there, looking cute as you want to be. Damn, you're going to knock him out today. Go. That is your good morning today. That is your good morning. Hey, Kitty, how are you tonight? Happy Self-Care Sunday. I hope you had a good day. The shoppers were out again today, which was great. In the rain and the yuck. They came out and they brought their wallets with them. We're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. It is Self-Care Sunday, folks. Self-Care Sunday is the day we set aside each and every week, so that you can unplug and recharge. You unplug and you recharge you. Yes, you. It's so important that you take time to recharge because it is hard each and every week. This is a marathon, people, a marathon, not a sprint. We are at the start of week 63, 64, week 63, 64, depending on how you're counting. And it is so important that you take time to refill your pitcher. Refill it. You pour out all week long. And it is important that you take time to recharge. You got all your plants outside. We haven't done the moving of the plants yet. Nana hasn't ordered the moving of the plants outside yet, but I'm sure that is coming. We're usually a couple days behind you, Kitty, as you say, so I am sure that I will be getting the commands from Nana soon to move the great plant migration. Yeah, Lindsay, we're doing well after the storms. Right now, I don't think it's raining, but I think we're supposed to still get some rain tomorrow. So, I mean, we certainly had some intense rain at times. Oh, yeah, it takes a long time to get them all outside. To get them to move from the sunroom, we have them all over the house. And the sunroom area, and she's got an area in her new room that we built where she's got the arrow garden going to get plants started. We've got, oh my God, there are plants everywhere, but I am sure we will be migrating them before long, especially if you've migrated yours. Every Sunday, we have the recipe of the week. Hey, Vina, great to have you with us tonight. I hope you, I hope Art spotted you a few points in the bowling game there the other night. Birthday Central. Whoa, Birthday Central. That must be in the flower pantries on overload. The flower pantries on overload. That is wonderful, Birthday Central. It is great to have you all here. So this week, our recipe of the week in the Resale Strong cookbook was Blint Souffle, which is straight from Adele's cookbook, family heirloom cookbook. This is a family heirloom recipe. Oh my gosh, the twins are 16. Oh my, wow. That is awesome. That is awesome, Jennifer. Congratulations to you and the twins and Brad. That is a party house tonight. That means everybody got their favorite dessert. You made stew today and took a nap, Vina. That is about self-care. That is about self-care. We're usually like 2 weeks behind or so on making the recipe of the week. We usually make it. We haven't made the Blint Souffle yet, but Adele says it makes a great brunch entree. If you didn't have a chance to make it this week, you can find that recipe and all the recipes in the Resale Strong Cookbook. The Resale Strong Cookbook is at narts.org/ResaleStrong, REC. And you can find all of them. So the birthday is actually tomorrow. So it will be Party Central in your house on Memorial Day this year. That's great. That is terrific. That is very exciting. I'm tired just thinking about Birthday Central. And it was a stew kind of day, Vina, with the weather here in the Northeast. We were getting clobbered by rain. So it was a stew kind of day. Cassandra and Rebecca made a variation of Rebecca's, I think it's called a Portuguese steak or something. They did it in the crock pot this time. They crock potted the steak and the some rice and everything, and they cook it with some eggs on top of it. It's very good. And I am not doing the description justice, and I'm sure I will get explained it correctly from my peanut gallery when I'm off the air. But it was a really good meal, and it was crock-potted, so that just sort of went with the weather today. That just sort of the way the weather went. I'm just supposed to show up and eat and do dishes. See what I got here for you tonight. I got a few things tonight for Self-Care Sunday. Self-Care Sunday is the theme, where we're taking care of you. And for that, I have advice from a cocoa bean. Advice from a cocoa bean. Savor life's sweetness. Treat yourself. Don't overlook the small things. Let bitterness melt away. Cultivate happiness. Cherish the gifts of nature. And embrace your dark side. Think about that for a second. Advice from a cocoa bean. Savor life's sweetness. Treat yourself. Yes. Don't overlook the small things. Let bitterness melt away. Cultivate happiness, cherish the gifts of nature, and embrace your dark side. That is advice from a cocoa bean. Where did that come from? Where's the things I wanted to... In fun random facts tonight, did you know that honking your horn, and not even just honking the horn on your car, excessive car honking was considered polite in the early 20th century? According to the curator for transportation at the Henry Ford Museum, you were expected to honk your horn if you were coming up on pedestrians to let them know you were bounding down the street. You'd be thought rude if you weren't using your horn. So excessive honking of your horn was expected back then. What's old is new again. Barnes & Noble is trying to be your local bookstore. A new store that they opened in Kirkland, Washington. Okay. And the opening of a bookstore is always an act of optimism. I like that. A determined belief that there continue to be many people who prefer to pick out books from an actual shelf or table and buy them while exchanging pleasantries or book recommendations with an actual person. But this opening in Kirkland, Washington is not just a new opening. It's not just optimism, but a vast reset. But one that takes its lessons from small independent retail. It looks like an indie bookstore, but it is a massive, it is a Barnes & Noble. The goal has been to transform the company by giving local staff more control over the stores. It's using the resources and capacities of a large bookstore, but effectively harnesses them within a culture which is much more independently minded. The bookstore managers take their cue from their customers in choosing what to stock and have much more leeway in how to display it. Giving the freedom to the stores, a process that began last year, has been good for business. This has gone from books that they would return to publishers that didn't sell from 25% to 10 to 12%. And they're driving it down even more as they treat their bookstores and they give their stores more autonomy to listen to the local tastes. So that is interesting that they're taking the cue from independent bookstores that have actually been on the rise and thriving. Barnes & Noble is trying to operate a little more freely. Amazon can't keep but staying in the news by buying MGM Studios for nearly $9 billion. You know, that's what you do when you have an extra $9 billion. Hey, Joanne, how are you? Abercrombie swings to a profit and momentum continues. And what's more than that, okay, and this is something that's very important to you and your stores, and especially as we talk about self-care, is that Abercrombie is about to start a remodel program. That is invest in their brick and mortar stores. Invest in their brick and mortar stores while not neglecting their online presence. So they're going to, they earned almost 42 million in the quarter. And sales were up 6% compared to 2019 first quarter sales. And the increase is despite the reduction of 1.3 million square feet of store space, or 20% compared to the first quarter of 2019. So they have 20% less square footage than they did in 2019, and their sales are up 6%. Okay, that is a good thing for brick and mortar. It's not about more stores and more space. It's about using the stores you have effectively. Using the space you have effectively, stocking what customers want, and having product available to them. That is what this is about. It is about the inventory, people. It is about the environment that you create within the four walls, which is why they're also going to invest heavily in remodeling and investing in their brick and mortar stores. And that is so important, okay, that we keep up our stores, that we keep up our teams, that we invest in those people. Those investments will pay off. So Abercrombie, both start with A. That's what messes me up, okay? Did this by scaling down their square footage, which reduced their fixed operating costs, okay? And investing in their teams and investing in their brick and mortar spaces that they still did have, so that they could grow their way out of this. And 6% growth with 20% less square footage, that's a huge win. That's a huge win, people. Absolutely huge. Amazon is now also looking, because it doesn't control every outlet, it's looking to get into the pharmacy business. Okay, why not? What the heck? I'm not sure they're really ready for the pharmacy business and all the regulation that comes with the pharmacy business, having grown up in the pharmacy business. But we shall see. We shall see. And what's more is I'm not sure they really want to deal with all the insurance of the pharmacy business. This is quite interesting. Vaccinated consumers will fuel the economy's boom, but not quite yet. Vaccinations have been held up as the one and only way to get consumers to bring back the consumer economy. But the financial data is showing that vaccinated Americans are not spending money at pre-pandemic levels. Instead, the consumers who spent the most money this year are those that have not been vaccinated and don't plan to be. According to the survey, while spending is rebounding across all categories of consumers, it's rising most among people who are not vaccinated. The unvaccinated crowd spent 60% more in March on personal care than they did in January, while vaccinated consumers spent 30% more during that same time. Those that said they were not vaccinated, indicating they planned to get the shot, spent 20% less. In the category of restaurants, vaccinated consumer spending was still 10% below its pre-pandemic level, while unvaccinated consumer spending was 50% above. Entertainment spending by vaccinated people was at 50%, while those unvaccinated spent 110%. What's intuitive is the people that are vaccinated will be confident to go out and spend because they're protected, but that's not what we're finding here. Folks that are vaccinated have less tolerance to the pandemic situation overall, which makes them less likely to spend in in-person situations. People who aren't vaccinated are less likely to feel the virus as a threat and are more likely to be living normally. As states open up, these people who are leading the chain who are not vaccinated. And other polls are backing up this data. So we are seeing the unvaccinated are leading the spending crowd, okay, are out there leading the people spending right now. And that is interesting. The vaccinated will come back. We're still seeing, we're on day 2 of being open where masks were not required. Thus far, I have not been in our stores yesterday or today. I've been in the warehouse or in my office, but I have not been in our stores. But on camera, I'm seeing most customers are still wearing masks. We're certainly getting non-mask wearing customers. And I have one employee that over the weekend who has not been wearing a mask and also who's not vaccinated. But the rest of my team has been wearing masks. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. I mean, there's been some big showing. Some of the restaurants in the Northeast have been doing big shows of cutting down the plexiglass, especially in the bar areas of their restaurant, to make more seating. They've been leaving it up, in between some table seating areas and stuff. But they've been doing big Facebook Lives of taking down the plexiglass at the bar area, and bringing back the community and the energy around the bar is what some of them have really been looking forward to. I don't know where that's all going to go, but it is interesting to watch that. As we think more about Self-Care Sunday, as we talk more about Self-Care Sunday, I wanted to talk about the post that Adele's posted of Seth's blog the other day, which was Date Certain. And Date Certain was the title of the blog, which is very different from Someday. Choose any date you like, as far in the future as you like. Excuse me. But a date circled on the calendar. By that date, what will you have implemented? What will be in place? Where will you be? What will you be doing? Is way more powerful than Someday. So what will you be doing date certain? How will you be spending time date certain? What will you be doing by a certain date? And, I've mixed that post where I don't know if you've seen, and it's sort of, again, Self-Care Sunday. Self-Care Sunday. And I saw this new ad from Jack Daniels. And the concept of the ad is, I've always wanted to do that. In this Jack Daniels ad, opens with a bartender who pours a Jack and does the classic slide it across the bar and says, I've always wanted to do that. Then they moves on to another group of people in a restaurant. They're in a fancy restaurant. And the woman says, I'm ordering one of everything. Another person, her phone she's sitting at a lake and her phone shows her boss is calling, and she throws her phone into the lake and says, I've always wanted to do that. And then somebody buying around for a whole bar, saying, I've always wanted to do that. What have you always wanted to do? What have you always wanted to do? And when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Date certain, people. Date certain. Take a line from Seth. Take a line from Self-Care Sunday and say, when are you going to do it? Date certain. Circle that date on the calendar. Turn someday into today. Turn someday into, I've always wanted to do that, and I'm doing it. I've always wanted to. Don't live for I always wanted to. Do it. And that is the concept of the ad. That's part of the concept of Self-Care Sunday, is taking time for you to do it. Yes, you can do it. Date certain, you can do it. That's what I'm talking about, people. And most importantly, this quote from Walt Disney, this Self-Care Sunday, the difference between winning and losing is most often not quitting. The difference between winning and losing is most often not quitting, people. There's your quote on this Self-Care Sunday. The day that we reserve for you, to take time for you to disconnect from everything, for you to not worry, for you to be you, and not worry about everything that's happening in the world and everything that's happening in business. It's a day for you. That's why we do this each and every Sunday. Okay? And I know not all of you can take Sunday, and that's okay. That is okay. It's okay if you take Self-Care Tuesday or Self-Care Thursday or a half day on Tuesday and a half day on Thursday. The most important thing is that you take the time. You take the time each and every week. You take time for you, because this is a marathon. And here you are at week 63, 64. You started week 63, 64, depending on how you're counting. You're about to start June here. Okay? That is so important, okay, that we take time for you. I can't stress that enough, because this is not over yet. You've still got a long way to go. Things are getting better, but you have a long way to go. You can do this. You're not alone. You can do this. We're in it with you. We are here with you. And you know what else? This video and everything that I talk about, all the references, all the files, including the Resale Strong cookbook, can be found at nerds.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. All the links, all the files, all the recipes, and a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and yes, ring the bell so you know when a new video drops. You can also share with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it across the finish line. That's what we're here to do, is help everybody across the finish line. I am here live in the Nards private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube every night at more 8 than ish live. But if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. If you were not here at the top of the program, our good morning today is good morning, you. Yes, you. You right there, looking cute as you want to be. Damn, you're going to knock them out today. Go. Our good night tonight is good night, you. Yes, you. You there, looking fresh as hell. Check you out. Leaving a trail of people dreaming about you in your wake. Boom. There's your graphics, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even, a twin's birthday party. If only I could be in Florida by tomorrow. We're gonna party again in person. We will be there. And when we are, I'm gonna be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 than ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. It's time for dessert, everybody. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow.